Hey guys, looks like it's beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today I do appreciate you stopping by. Guys, after listening, I had somebody complain that they were hearing me swallow, and I went back and looked, and yeah, you are hearing me swallow, and that could probably be a little annoying. So what I did, I moved the microphone from right here around to the other side, and we're going to see how that works and see if you can still hear me swallow. Might even have to move it back to where the camera is, because that microphone's a little more sensitive than the one that comes on the camera. So we'll see how this does. I'm going to listen to this one real good and see if you can still hear me swallowing, and if I sound appropriate with the microphone being it's about another foot away. So, and it's in behind, it's over here and down here, clamped onto that on the opener box. So we'll see if it's still picking up me swallowing the beer, because I know that probably is annoying. And we're going to keep moving it back until you can't hear me swallow, and hopefully the volume won't decrease too much where you can't hear what I'm saying. So we're going to do a little experimenting with the microphone here over the next couple of beer reviews and see where it ends up. So let's get on with this one. I'm really excited to do this one. This is Funk Brewing's Double Citrus Imperial IPA, an 8%er. These guys are up in Pennsylvania, and I have had some of their stuff sent to me before. I can't get their stuff here. I don't know what their distribution is, if any at all. This was sent to me by my brother Rico, so once again, thank you so much, Rico. I do appreciate it, sir. The note he sent here: Funk Double Citrus Imperial IPA, an 8% Imperial IPA brewed with mango juice. He said I last reviewed it about 3 years ago. I didn't go back and look and check on it, guys. We're going to review it like it's the first time I've had it. Said he bought it a couple of days ago at the brewery, and it was $18 for a 4-pack. Well, I don't see how he could have bought it a few days ago, then boxed it up and sent it to me, which takes a couple of days. And then I got it, I think yesterday. Today is Saturday, April the 6th. And I did the beer mail video yesterday, and I was blown away when it looked and said it was canned on April the 3rd of 2019. That was 3 days ago. 3 days ago. I can't get beer that's brewed around here that quick, guys. Even going to the brewery, it's older than that. So, and that's another reason why I went ahead and got it out. I wanted to drink this as fresh as possible. I don't know if I've ever had a beer that was 3 days old. I don't know. So that's pretty impressive. If he bought it, then took it home and boxed it up and then shipped it to me, and it's still today. It was only 2 days old yesterday, and it took 2 days to get it, so I don't see how he could have had it a couple of days ago. He's had to have bought it the day that it was canned, and then either shipped it that day or the following morning. So pretty damn fresh is where I'm going with that, with being 3 days old today. So, and that's what it's got on the can. I double checked it. It has canned on April the 3rd of 2019, 3 days ago. So that's about as fresh as you can get a beer. Like I said, unless you go to the brewery and they canned it that morning or the day before, that's the only way you're going to get it that damn fresh. I mean, like I said, I can't get beers that's brewed here that quick, even going to the brewery. So, really looking forward to this. Hopefully it's going to be outstanding. I'm not sure whether, like I said, I didn't go back and look at the review of it. I don't know what I gave it. So like I said, we're going to do this like I've never done before. Let's jump over to Untappd, see if they have any additional information. And no IBUs, of course, 8%, no commercial description. So basically, it's a double IPA brewed with mango juice. So it's time. Big 16-ounce can, plain Jane, with a stick-on wrap-around label on it. Into the glass we go. Pretty cloudy coming out, and it looks like it's going to pour a big head. So let me back up on that and be real aggressive pour and get it into the glass here. But it definitely looks like a New England style beer. Very cloudy, very hazy, unfiltered. Very impressive. Alright, can't get it all in there being a big 16-ouncer, guys. A little over a finger of head. And look at that beer. That looks like a glass of orange juice. Yeah, it does. Yes, very impressive. So, what do you think? Does that look like a glass of orange juice? Sure does. Glass of orange juice with a finger of white frothy head. Let's get it to the nose and see what we got. Oh yes. Awesome aroma, guys. Definitely getting the citrusy notes. Mango, oranges, pine, pineapple, grapefruit. Maybe a hint of some peaches in there. Outstanding aroma. Real impressive smelling beer. That's what Hardy used to say on Laurel and Hardy, didn't he? And that's what it smells like, guys. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, big cup. Big time mango juice on the taste. Nice and citrusy. Very pleasant. Alcohol is non-existent to me. Tastes like a 5%er, guys. Got just enough bitterness to match up for the sweetness of the malt. The mango has just a little bite to it. Or the hops do. I'm getting just a little bit of bite, but it's an 8%er. You're going to get a little bit of that. And to balance it out so it's not a big sweet mess. Very tasty. Very easy drinking for an 8%er. Awesome. Outstanding lacing. It's already leaving on the glass. So, hopefully y'all didn't hear me swallow. I'm going to listen to it and see if we need to move the microphone again. Let's do the back end pour on this. I'm trying to speak a little softer. We got a little gnat or something flying around in here. Get all that in there that we can. Very nice, very colorful label. Potpourri's got some really tasty stuff. So, super impressed that I got this beer that fresh. 3 days old. Wow. Blows me away that that can happen. So, like I said, Rico probably had to pick it up the day that it was canned and either ship it that day or the following morning for it to go through the shipping process and getting it here. And then I got it yesterday, so that was only 2 days old. I'm just blown away that I've got a 3-day-old beer sitting here in front of me. Wow. I don't know what to say, so I'm not going to say anything else. We're going to sip on it for a little bit, and we'll come back and see where it ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it a while now. Awesome lacing that's left on the glass. I'm just super impressed that I got a beer that's 3 days old. And I got it yesterday. It was 2 days old, but of course it hadn't been chilled a bit in the refrigerator. So I wanted to do it pretty quick, and damn, it's pretty freaking tasty. Like I told you earlier, I didn't go back and look at the review where I'd done it a couple years ago, according to what Rico said. It's pretty damn awesome. Pretty tasty. Definitely getting the mango juice, pine, citrusy, pineapple, hints of grapefruit, maybe even a little bit of peaches in there. Maybe a hint of some oranges. Very tasty. Very, very tasty beer. I wish I could get beers that fresh here. Even from the breweries around here, I can't get them. Because once they send them to distribution, it seems like they sit there forever before they bring them out to the stores. Whether it's a local beer or one that's been shipped in from other parts of the country, distribution around here is freaking horrendous. Of course, you got to realize those guys that distribute the beers, they're more interested in putting Budweiser, Miller, and Coors on the shelf because they make more money on those than they do on the craft beers probably, and they just don't care. They'd rather sell that, and they've had control of that since Prohibition, and even before Prohibition. I've told you guys stories before where people like Budweiser would come into town, and they were local breweries, and they would price their beers, Budweiser, Miller, and Coors, cheaper than it cost to produce it, long enough to put those breweries out of business. And then, of course, you know what happens when there's no competition, the price goes up. So they do that just long enough to put the little guys out of business, and then they have control over the market. And that's how they've been doing it for over 100 years. So that's why I'm not a fan of them. Big boy tactics, and it works. It does. The same for like Walmart and Amazon. They put the little guys out of business, the little mom and pop shops, like the gun store that I have, one man show. It's hard a lot of times for me to compete with Sportsman Warehouse and Dick's and Gander and all the big places that buy their stuff by the train loads and get massive discounts because they buy in those quantities. And as me, I don't buy by the train loads, so it's hard for me to get those kind of discounts and offer a lot of stuff that's priced like that. So yeah, so that's the world we live in, and it is what it is. So with that being said, guys, this beer is absolutely delicious. It's very tasty, and I'm super impressed. I got it as fresh as it is. Rico, thanks again, my brother. Final chug. Absolutely delicious. Outstanding. Can on date is on the bottom. ABV is on the label. That's the only two things we can hope for nowadays. The IBUs is basically irrelevant because of the way the hopping techniques are. Very delicious beer. A very excellent example of a New England style double IPA. Guys, to me, I have no reason not to give it a 10 to 100 from me. Being as fresh as it is and being as tasty as it is absolutely awesome. So if you can get your hands on beers from this brewery, especially if you can get them as fresh as this, I don't know, like I said, what kind of distribution they have, or if you have to buy them from the brewery like he did on this. But if you can go to the brewery and get it that fresh, the day it's put in the can, it doesn't get any fresher than that. I mean, I've gone to the breweries here and bought beer, and it's still a month old buying it from the brewery. How long has it been sitting here, guys? So, very impressive. You guys can get these beers as fresh. You feel pretty damn lucky. Or even if you're buying it at a beer store, and you can get stuff this fresh. Distribution is on top of it, and they're getting it out there as quick as they can. Not like around here. So, that being said, let's jump over to Beer Advocate. They have it at 4.19 and exceptional. It is an exceptional beer, but I think it's better than a 4.19. Over to Untapped for the final check-in, they have it at 4.13. Most definitely better than a 4.13. And you got to realize, guys, these guys that buy these beers and post negative or lower grades than the beer actually deserves. I don't know why they do that, but they do. It's more likely, like I've said before, they probably bought the wrong beer. They don't like this beer style, and they give it lesser grades, which brings the average down. So if you don't like this style of beer, don't buy it. Don't buy it or buy it and post negative or bad grades on it because you didn't like it. It's not the beer's fault. It's not the brewery's fault. It's your fault because you bought a beer that you didn't like. And when it's a 10 beer and you post a 7 or an 8 grade on it because you don't like that style, you shouldn't buy that beer. You bought the wrong beer. Go ahead. Go buy you some Budweiser or Miller or Coors. That's what you should do. and stop bringing down the graves on these 10 beers. It's amazing, but it is the world we live in. So with that being said, if you've had this one from Funk Brewing, this is the 2019 edition, the very freshest thing I think I've ever tasted that I can recall recently. Let me know what you think. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.